few videos ago, I said the one thing we cannot allow is for somehow Republicans to sweep this unpatriotic, seditious insurrection under the rug, to make it seem like it was just a riot, to make it seem like it wasn't important and that we need to move on. We cannot allow that to happen. This was an attempted coup on the government. So in Congress today, Representative Hakeem Jeffries did exactly what needed to be done to always keep these guys on their toes and not allow them to not let America see that what they did was unpatriotic. What they did was seditious. What we had was an insurrection. It wasn't a riot. It was an insurrection. It was an attempt to take down this government. It was unpatriotic. And we have to make the association. That party is an unpatriotic party. The leadership attempted to bring the government down. Check out Hakeem Jeffries and let's take it on the other side.
We're going to work with Republicans whenever and wherever possible. We did it with Donald Trump. But the notion of you coming here lecturing us on your first day before this committee, it's not about words, it's about actions. You know what? Explain your actions on January 7th when you supported an insurrection. You said it was not about words, it's about actions. Those actions, Mr. Chairman, in my view, were unpatriotic to provide aid and comfort to what Republicans in many parts of the country have characterized as a violent insurrection incited by the former president of the United States of America. You also said that any mistake is not your fault in terms of what's being taught to others. That's what the former president of the United States peddled for 4 years. He took no responsibility for anything. And Mr. Chairman, there's some members on the other side of the aisle, including perhaps former NFL players, who defended that kind of irresponsible behavior. So it's just hard to be lectured here, given the actions that have been taken. And I would just hope that we're going to proceed with some measure of truth, decency, and intellectual integrity as we make our arguments, even though we know we're going to fiercely disagree, as has been in the case in the past. I'm happy to yield.
Okay. Was it insurrection when in 2016, 7 of your colleagues objected? Was it insurrection for the last 3 Republican wins, presidential wins that they objected? No, it was not. It was a voice. It was having the people realize you had some concerns. Now, in terms of...
Thank you. Reclaiming my time, you asked the question. A violent insurrection resulted in the spilling of American blood. People died. The Capitol was desecrated. Urine and feces was left behind. The Confederate flag was bandied about. That didn't even happen in this Capitol during the Civil War. The Trump flag was placed in the stead of the American flag. That's an insurrection, that's sedition, that's undemocratic, that's problematic, and the American thing to do is to stand up to it.
Now that is the way it's done. You make sure and categorize all the seditious acts, not rioting, the seditious acts, the desecration of the Capitol. You do that. You associate these violent, unpatriotic behavior with those who perpetrated it when they didn't get their way, to those who perpetrated it even though they knew it was based on a lie. Hakeem Jeffries, that is the template of how this entire session must go whenever an attempt is made to call any one of the progressives or Democrats somehow unpatriotic or whatever. Remember what Steve Schmidt said, former Republican, now turned Democrat, because he said there's only one party left in this country that will secure our democracy. Remember, these guys were willing to take down the country for Trump. Someone that's not even worthy for Trump. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.